Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. What happened to my audio? Oh, we do have audio. That's not going to work. All right. Hang on, folks. Getting the broadcast started here. We have some good happenings going on this morning here. Not sure why we don't have what We don't have testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1. Okay, there's the green box. I can't. Hi, folks. Good morning. Good Sunday morning. Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich here on Rumble Studios, broadcasting out to Twitch, YouTube Live, Locals, Public Facebook, Kick, and we also have X Live. And X is doing some things here. As you can see, we got the launching possibly within the next, where are we at in the countdown? Next, oh, they have a hold on the countdown. We're within 50 minutes. Let's check the SpaceX. But Fireman Rich here on X, where we're broadcasting X Live. I saw that, and right out of the gate, I'm seeing that we have, oh my God, we got 31 folks. Thank you very much here on X Live. We've got 4 on Rumble, 1 on Locals, 1 on YouTube, 3 on Twitch, and I'm not sure what we have on the Facebook or Kick. Let me check the Kick real quick. But we're doing a watch party here, as far as that goes, for Starship number 5 test launch, and just a few technical. The music didn't come in. I'm not sure. I had that on the desktop, and it just didn't come in. As far as that's why we're running that first 5 or 6 minutes there. So let's see if we can bring this up on the big board here. It doesn't want to come up there. I'm not sure why. Huh. Oh, okay. We go down to that one. There we go. Okay, we got the picture there. I don't know. We'll play with that there. But this is sort of okay. SpaceX, they've got their folks up on their YouTube channel, and but I'm sort of a space nut, and so we're up early this morning for a possible launch. There's a 30-minute window. And we're down to, okay, according to SpaceX, they're down to 32 minutes as of right about now, 32 minutes from now. So we're going to we'll be on for a little bit here for the SpaceX broadcast. IFT-5 flight test launch for SpaceX Starship. This is, I think it's ship 30. I saw some notes there. It's ship 30. And I don't think they've started the. Again, I want to say good morning. Wow, 31 folks on X Live. I'm telling you, I'm glad to be back on X Live. For those folks that are watching, I recently paid a little bit of money. There was a reduction in the price, so I couldn't pass that up. It was almost like a 40% drop, so it was $50 for the year, and I'm glad to be on board with X right now. So, and I want to say thank you to those folks that are watching right now. That's tremendous as far as that goes. It really, we're up to 30 folks, and we're going to be like I said, in about under 31 minutes right now. We're going to be possibly seeing the launch of Starship 5, its test launch. I've got a couple video places we're going to go to. One will probably be, I'm not sure. I did this about 4 months ago with the Starship 4 test. And it was about an hour broadcast and stuff like that. So we got everything prepped here. The only thing that we don't have going was the intro music, which is fine. That's fine and stuff. And this does not want to. Let's see something. Oh, what you up to? Are you excited? Yeah. How you doing? Good morning. It's one of 6 cats that you're hearing. As far as that goes, and let me see something here. Oh, this is X Premium. Okay, we can do it on this one. So I'm just get situated at the computer desk. But I have, for those folks that are watching, I have a live broadcast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as far as um, the morning coffee. And this is sort of a special event right here. This is something exciting. Like I said, I'm a space nut. I love everything space. Um, I go back to watching the Gemini or the Mercury launches as a very young kid. The Gemini launches, grew up through the Apollo and then Space Shuttle, and now we have SpaceX on board here as far as doing the launches. And so I'm glad to be here. And again, I'm aghast that we have 31 folks over there on X Live. Thank you very much. It's great to be back on X Live. So we're going to be let's see what we have here. Other than, and I do have actually it's not a morning coffee show, but I do have the morning coffee. So but we're watching it here. And okay, on the other page I'm watching is N. Of course, you can watch it yourself on YouTube. I'm just, like I said, this is being broadcast live on many YouTube channels, but I'm watching NASA Space Flight. I think that's what it is, Space Flight? Yeah, Space Flight. And they've got some great pictures as far as that goes. Let's see if we can bring it to that page. Let's see. Let me refresh that. That's okay. We got SpaceX's page up. Oh, they're not broadcasting yet. What the hell's going on there? Let's refresh that. Okay, we'll just go to space. Oh, there's SpaceX. What's this one? I'll just use that as an extra YouTube channel. So the goings-ons right now, I'm going to make sure I present the right one. I'm very excited about this if it takes off. Like I said, there's from what they've been talking about, there's a 30. They've got the FAA approval last night, and so they're going for a possible launch this morning. And the big thing is the booster stage, which is huge, to get Starship up there into space, is going to be, they're going to possibly make, it's a 50-50 chance that they're going to do this of catching it with the Godzilla arms. That's the arms that the ship comes down and hovers and it catches it. Okay, let me see, give you an idea what's going on right now here. Okay, I think this is what I want to share. So this is what we currently got going on at down there in Texas. SpaceX is launching the 5th fully integrated Starship test from Starbase in Texas, and I maximize that? Does that take? Yeah, okay, there's the maximize. So so we're down to 37 minutes according to the clock in the upper left-hand corner. And there you can see the launch pad. I'm not sure if they're fueling. Let's go ahead and listen to these guys here.
That is the OLM vent has stopped. It's one of the early indications that liquid oxygen load is underway on the booster. And I believe SpaceX just confirmed that propellant load of the Super Heavy booster is underway.
Okay, so they're loading the propellant.
Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but this diagonal vent, Does this normally sort of fall back down towards the ground and coast along the ground more? I don't recall seeing this vent sort of just continuing up at an angle like this in the past. Am I crazy? Is it just
Yeah,
conditions?
it's
today?
happened
Temperature?
before.
Yeah.
I'm mostly
the
sure
wind.
that it's probably for other streams where we are covering these like full stack testing or whatever. We're focused on other kinds of things right going on. So it's very easy to forget from time to time. But it tends
Maybe
to
the
be like
winds
that,
too.
Yeah,
Like the winds aren't.
and also the wind. Yeah.
Yeah.
the wind tried. Oh, they almost like break the flow.
Yep.
You have like heavier wind. They break this flow of the stream, and of course, basically no wind today is present. So
It's just continuing its course, like it's just going off in that direction.
We are also seeing
just
more
looks
and more
cool.
light, by the way. Like
Yeah.
depending on the camera, you can look at that. There's clear signs of daylight now on this camera.
The cameras are going to get better and better. The higher the sun comes up, the more light we get, the better this is. Oh, look at that one.
Wow, that is
So
nice.
this is actually looking out to the east
Yeah,
right now. This is
nice.
from
It
our
looks
highway
like
side,
the
looking out to the east. You can see the
Borealis.
tower, the chopsticks spread
Borealis, yeah.
wide
Thank you.
open.
That's
Up
the
there in the
missus in
catch
the
position.
background.
Look at the top of the chopsticks. You see the catch rails
we got some
were up.
great pictures.
Wow.
See, these
Here's
guys
a
are
wider
really
shot
great
even.
as far as their
It's
cameras.
gonna be a gorgeous launch.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
I'm not envying
I want
Kevin's
to say
position
thank
right
you
now
for the
because he
7
has to
viewers that we
pick
have on
what he
Rumble
wants
Which
right
is
now.
a
Kurt.
show.
Good
Like
morning
imagine
to
having
you.
like 40 amazing
And,
pictures, and you're
as
like,
well as the
what do
folks,
I want to show?
Yep.
There are,
Yeah.
In any
Excellent.
event,
Thank you
I see
very
a bunch
much
of people
for,
talking about
taking
no
part
catch
in viewing
attempt.
this
Apparently, some people coming
with
through
me.
trying to
I'm
troll or
a
give
space,
bad
a space
information,
nut here
maybe
that,
from other
I'm enjoying
horse information
watching
streams.
this, and this is one of
We
the
haven't
things I
seen
guess
any
you can
official
do when
information
you're
from SpaceX
watching
saying that they have
present.
aborted the catch
This is
attempt.
a historical
As
moment
far as
because
all
this
the
is one-
official
this is the most
information goes
powerful
right now, they're still full
spaceship
tilt towards not
to
only
be
the
launched.
launch but
This is more
also a catch
powerful than
attempt. So
Saturn V.
this is
That's the
such a
Apollo,
huge problem. Like people
astronauts
putting false
to the
information
moon,
out there. Sometimes they want
Apollo
your clicks.
missions.
Sometimes they want your
And,
Bitcoin wallet or whatever the
it's
heck
all on
those.
one
I don't even
stage.
want. I
That's
don't know
what's
what they're trying to do with
mind-boggling.
those streams.
Saturn V was
Yeah,
made up
but
of 3 stages to get the
as of right now,
The catch is still
Apollo
maybe.
missions up there.
still it is still a maybe.
Yeah.
And
It is
stand
still
by
a
for me,
maybe.
folks.
Yeah, if-
Because there's a human in the loop, and they're going to read all the
So,
systems, and the human is going to say, "Yeah,
It
everything's looking
just
good.
I
Let's
feel
go
really
for
good
it."
about presenting
Or,
this. This is
it's not looking
I'm in
great.
my
We're not
element
going to
right
go for
now.
it. But that's going to
And,
happen after the launch. It's going to go downrange.
I'm not
It's
sure
going to
what's going on
separate the
with my big
Starship,
camera in the
continue
back.
going all the way around the world to the Indian Ocean, and then the booster will get the decision whether it should come back or not.
This is
I don't know if it's all the
I
bandwidth
really
is
think
taken up or
for all the
what.
people that getting confused here, if you see a stream that is official SpaceX on YouTube and has an Elon Musk talking
Probably
about
not.
Bitcoin,
Yeah.
don't listen to that.
Not
As
the
we
right.
listen to
Don't
folks.
listen to whether or
And-
not there's going to be a catch from that stream.
And
Go
B,
ahead and continue
if they
listening
would
to these guys
not
here.
go for a catch attempt, I would promise you we would report it. Like we are not withholding stuff like that.
As soon as there was any reportable confirmation, conditions, word from SpaceX, whatever it is, we would get it to you.
Yep.
All right.
100%.
That's right. Did Scott actually say that somewhere? I'm going to just trust it because it came from Alex. Scott says this is the most official SpaceX stream on YouTube.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, I saw that
Appreciate
comment that I put it
Scott.
in back channel.
We take that.
Oh, geez. But no, we're for real. Like next time we say we're for real, we're going to have to show the cameras and we'll like look at the camera and be like, we're for real. Deep fake this. Now they're going to show the cameras when we're not looking, but whatever.
Yeah, they will catch us off guard. I thought that transition would be
Look at that.
absolutely stunning. Yeah, I mean, this is I almost don't want to say it because then the photographers of our team get mad at me because I'm
Yeah.
jinxing
Yeah,
it.
these guys are
But this
great.
looks
These
like
guys are
perfect
fantastic
conditions
as far
for
as
a
their
launch.
commentary.
Adrian, the last
Very
time I was on the
knowledgeable
roof,
on,
we couldn't see
what's being
anything.
presented here.
Yeah.
what's
I was on the
taking
roof of the
place right
hotel, the
now.
Margaritaville
And,
Resort up
they
in
give
South
you the
Padre
inside
Island.
scoop.
Fantastic
why I
place to
enjoy,
watch the launch from,
I
unless it's
do
foggy.
have.
And that
Yeah.
day it was foggy, and
Let's
we
go
just
over
we
to the
didn't see anything. But
SpaceX
look at
page
this
as far as
today.
that goes.
Could-
and see what these
I'm not
folks
sure if
have
our
to say.
photographers are listening, but I wonder if because
And,
there are some on the roof right now, right?
There's
Yeah.
actually quite a few
And
folks
see
up
what
there.
they,
So I wonder if we could get
have
like
to
a picture
say
from them of
over
like
there.
how is it
Let's
looking?
see if we can switch
That
it.
would be
We can do a
interesting to
real
see.
quick switch here and see what space. We're going to go over to the SpaceX channel now, and Okay, they're showing previous previous flight to show you what it looks like.
Found the
The little bell, subscribe button, whatever you want to do. You can find us here anytime, just about any day. Oh my gosh, the views though.
Yeah.
Look at that. But this is the only place to find us. We're on basically all the different social media platforms. If you're on Facebook, maybe your mom needs to watch rockets, head over to Facebook, right? We're on Instagram. We post stuff up over there.
I think that's a little more my age at this point. I noticed Instagram
get this right. But with communications improving on each flight, we will continue to gather more and more data to inform our development. We're just over 17 minutes away from the highly anticipated Starship launch. While all eyes are on the massive rocket poised on the launch pad, there's another crucial player in today's mission that deserves our attention. Let's shift our focus for a moment to discuss an additional yet equally important aspect of today's launch, the test of the Mechazilla mechanism. For the first time ever, SpaceX will attempt to catch the returning Starship using a mechanism known as Mechazilla. This towering structure, standing at the launch site, is designed to grab the massive rocket out of the air as it descends. Here's how it works. As Starship approaches for landing, Mechazilla will extend its arms, which are equipped with stabilizing pins. These pins are designed to fit into sockets on the rocket's body. Using precise timing and positioning, Mechazilla aims to catch Starship, supporting its weight and preventing it from touching the ground. The importance of this experiment cannot be overstated. If successful, it could dramatically reduce turnaround time between launches and minimize potential damage to the spacecraft during landing. This method eliminates the need for landing legs on Starship, saving weight and increasing payload capacity. Moreover, a successful catch would be a game changer for SpaceX's vision of rapid reusability. It could potentially allow for same-day reflight of Starship, a feat that seemed like science fiction just a few years ago.
In the event of a successful launch and Mechazilla test, we're expecting a special live statement from Elon Musk himself. He'll be sharing his thoughts on the significance of this milestone. So, folks, stay tuned. You might just witness history in the making today. And while we still have some time left before the launch, with the clock showing 15 minutes and 30 seconds, let's dedicate a bit more time to the technologies we plan to use in the future. These remarkable innovations promise to revolutionize space exploration and bring us closer to becoming a multiplanetary species. Starship will be taking astronauts to the moon as part of NASA's Artemis program. Next year, we plan to demonstrate ship-to-ship propellant transfer, which will be important for our upcoming moon missions. Today, we're actively testing a lot of hardware that will make exploring the moon possible. One recent series of tests brought together the key pieces we'll see when landing back on the moon: Starship, spacesuits, and astronauts.
Together with Axiom and NASA, our teams put 2 astronauts in pressurized Axiom spacesuits and practiced the first steps of going to the lunar surface. The team used test builds of a Starship airlock, as you see there, and elevator to gather data on how well future Artemis astronauts will be able to move around once fully suited. Tests like this are incredibly helpful for engineers designing these systems, as they have the opportunity to get feedback directly from experienced astronauts Peggy Whitson, who is on the right of this photo, and Doug Wheelock, who's on the left. You can see them in action during this elevator test.
SpaceX will perform one uncrewed demonstration flight before NASA's Artemis 3 mission, which will be the first human surface expedition since 1972. After those first expeditions, we'll be ready to fly more people along with everything it takes to build a moon base. In many ways, Artemis feels like an extension of the human spaceflight work SpaceX and NASA have been partnering on for some time now. In fact, we just celebrated the anniversary of the Demo 2 mission.
That's right. Just 4 years ago, on May 30th, 2020, SpaceX launched the first crewed test flight of our Crew Dragon spacecraft. Dragon carried NASA astronauts Douglas Hurley and Robert Behnken to the International Space Station in the first crewed orbital spaceflight launched from the United States since the final Space Shuttle mission in 2011, and the first ever operated by a commercial provider. You can see Bob and Doug there on your screen. That was certainly a memorable day for all of us here at SpaceX, one that we fondly think back on. And it's exciting to think about Starship being the next to take its first astronauts to the moon. In tandem with Starship development, all of our operational human spaceflight missions are helping us prepare for those future trips to the moon. Our upcoming private astronaut mission, Polaris Dawn, you can see the crew there on your screen. They will play a big role in testing procedures that will be relevant to our moon and eventually Mars missions. We're looking forward to the third Polaris Dawn mission, which will be the first crewed Starship flight.
The Polaris Dawn crew will attempt to reach the highest apogee ever flown by a spacecraft, and they'll also be performing a spacewalk or extravehicular activity wearing SpaceX's newly designed spacesuits. They'll also be testing space-based communications, which will be critical to future deep space missions. The Polaris Dawn mission is currently targeted to launch no earlier than July of this year, so stay tuned because that is going to be a very exciting mission to watch. In the meantime, at T-minus 12 minutes, let's check back in with Dan on today's countdown.
Hey, thanks, Jesse. Everything continues to go real smoothly. It's been a real quiet day so far. The board looks really clean, not tracking any impediments to a launch just under 12 minutes from now. Prop loads continuing. Looking at the numbers real quick, we're about 85% full on the ship. We did pause to start filling those header tanks on ship. Again, those are the 2 smaller tanks in the very top of the nose cone that we're going to use for that attempted landing burn with ship. And with the booster, we're just at about 75, 76% or so on our methane and LOX, so getting pretty full there. Those are going to continue down to about 3 minutes and 20 seconds before liftoff. That's when we'll close out all the prop on the ship. And then T-minus 2 minutes and 50 seconds on the booster. A lot of work also going on in the background. Our range safety teams working to make sure the area, not just around the pad, but in the sea space out in the Gulf, and also in the anticipated entry point in the Indian Ocean are clear. We're not tracking any blockers, any boats, anything like that in the zone right now, but their work literally continues right up until those last couple of minutes. So they're working pretty hard to make sure everything stays clear. But right now the range is green. I already talked about it in the beginning. It looks a little bit cloudy, but weather not a concern today. Really light winds. We only had about a 5% chance of violation when we started this morning, and that's held. So everything continuing to look really good for launch so far. The pad itself is getting ready. Reminder that we're going to light those engines about 4 minutes before it actually takes off. So you'll see them start. The 33 engines on Super Heavy start to light prior to that T0. And then about 2 seconds after, we'll start to see first motion. But everything looking great. Just coming up on 10 minutes until launch. Getting excited down here. Ready to feel the rumble. I'll send it back to you guys over in Hawthorne.
Thanks, Dan. Teams are also getting excited here at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California. There is a pretty large crowd now gathering outside of Mission Control, located just behind Jesse and I. Now, actually, you can see it there on your screen.
There they are.
Everyone getting super pumped for our 5th flight test. Now, as a reminder on that note, today is just a test. Future flight tests of Starship before it becomes fully operational. So whatever the outcome and however far we get, we can promise excitement. This rapid iterative development approach has been the basis for all of SpaceX's major innovative advancements, including Falcon, Dragon, and Starlink.
Today, we've successfully landed Falcon 9 boosters 316 times, changing humanity's understanding of what's possible when it comes to rocket reusability.
With less than 9 minutes remaining until launch, we've already mentioned in our report that today we plan to take the first step toward fully reusing both the rocket and the booster. Let's talk a bit more about this, especially since we have even more impressive graphics than we showed you before.
When we start recovering Starship boosters, we'll want them to return to the launch site for a quicker turnaround, which you can see in this animation on your screen. And that's when the tower reveals its dual purpose. After launch, the arms or chopsticks on the tower will help guide the booster into position to ensure a precision landing.
And our goal for the near future is to have 4 launch towers, 2 in Cape Canaveral in Florida, and they will look very similar to the ones that you see here in this animation. As we know, we find that our renderings tend to end up looking really similar to real life. So while this is a rendering, we do know we can look forward to this in the future. Like I said, we're going to have 2 at Cape Canaveral in Florida and 2 located at Starbase. Starbase will continue to be used for flight tests, and the towers at the Cape will come online as we prepare to fly operational Starship missions. In fact, we recently upgraded the actuators in the chopsticks, which are responsible for swinging those arms in for a catch. And we'll be testing an operational step on this flight by moving the chopsticks to the catch position immediately after Starship flies away.
That's going to be really incredible to see. As we mentioned, we have a lot more tests planned for this year, so we need a lot more hardware. Today, we have ships and Super Heavy boosters built and either ready to launch or in testing for the next several flights, with more coming off of the production line as SpaceX's Star Factory continues to grow. The latest phase of the factory currently under construction will come online this summer, giving us several 100,000 more square feet of space.
Yeah, when you step into this factory, it is truly inspirational. My heart jumps out of my chest every time I'm there. Now, this will enable us to increase our production rate significantly as we build toward our long-term goal of producing 1 ship per day. And coming off the production line soon, Starship version 2. Now, with all that being said, let's check back in with Dan for the latest as we head into the terminal count.
Things about live streaming that you're able to
hey,
watch
thanks, Kate.
things.
Everything still looks great. We're getting ready to launch. We are just under 6.5 minutes away. You can see when we throw up the graphics for prop load that we're almost closed out. Ship more than 90% full. Those header tanks are done. And then the boosters coming up on 90% real soon. So we're going to see those close out in the next couple of minutes. Ship's going to end at about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It'll be fully loaded. And then booster at about 2 minutes and 50 seconds. After all the props loaded on, we go through a lot of steps to safe ground systems. You're doing things called pushbacks, where you're just clearing all of those lines on the ground of propellant before we lift off. But once we're done, we're going to have 10 million pounds of liquid propellant on board Starship. They'll power the most powerful vehicle ever designed. If we do hold, we have a built-in hold gate at T-minus 40 seconds. We can hold there for about 30 minutes or so today. If we need to wait for final pressure checks or for if we have anything on the range, anything like that. Did just get that the range is green. So we are coming up 5 minutes and 20 seconds away. We are not planning to hold at T-minus 40 unless we trip some kind of hold alarm, something like that. So we could blow right through that gate and go right to launch. Don't be shocked if we hold at T40 though. And if we do, we can hold for a couple of minutes and then keep going. Our window is open all the way until 9 a.m. today.
Now, once we pass through T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition systems will come up to flight pressure, and the ship will go to internal power.
Now, after that, the quick disconnect arm lockout is removed in preparation for retraction shortly after T0. Gas lines connected to the booster and ship are vented down, and once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, we still have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to T-minus 40 seconds and hold there to assess what happened and if we can proceed again to T0.
However, once the water for the deflector system begins flowing at T-minus 10 seconds, any issue after that would be an automatic scrub for the day, as teams would need to refill the deflector's water tanks, as well as the lock storage tanks at the tank farm before making another attempt. So as Dan mentioned earlier, we are not planning to hold at the optional T-minus 40 second mark. That moment basically is what would allow teams to wait for final checkouts or assess prop levels or avionics, vehicle pressurization, the range, the weather. Weather is 95% go, as you can see from these incredible drone views that we have and pad cams. It is a beautiful day.
Okay, you got the Falcon 9, which
we have some clouds billowing from the LOX there.
Rocket.
Yeah, and again, a reminder that the payload for this mission is data, and our primary goal is to get ship through the extreme heat of reentry today. We're very excited to see that. We did get very close on Flight 4, so I'm excited to see how these iterations that we've made to the vehicle will help improve our chances of success today.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I want to remind you that today, during Starship's 5th test flight, unlike the previous one, we'll try to catch the first stage booster with our Mechazilla system. Mechazilla represents a significant leap in SpaceX's reusability efforts. Instead of landing on legs or a drone ship, the booster will attempt to position itself between the tower's arms. If successful, this method could dramatically reduce recovery time and costs. The system uses a pair of chopstick-like arms to stabilize and catch the 230-foot-tall booster. It's a high-stakes maneuver that requires precise timing and coordination. Today's attempt, if successful, will mark a major milestone in SpaceX's journey toward fully reusable rockets. And we just heard the call out there that all prop load is closed out. So at this point, there is like 10 million pounds of propellant on board Starship, which is incredible.
This is getting very exciting. We are just about 2 minutes away from T0.
2 minutes away. We're 2 minutes away, folks.
And as Jesse just said, we are under 2 minutes away. So prop load is complete. All the fill drain lines into ship and booster have closed. Right now we're doing the pushback, so clearing out all those ground lines of propellant. And that'll be completed over the next couple of seconds. We're coming up on that T-minus 40 mark. Again, not planning to hold. If we do, or if we get a hold after we pass it, we can snap back to that T-minus 40. And then we can stay there for about 30 minutes or so if any other issues crop up. Once we pass T-minus 40, a lot of things happen, both on the vehicle and the ground. It's running a lot of its own self-checkouts, venting different tanks and pressure lines throughout the vehicle. We essentially built that 40 seconds. That's about how much time it takes for the vehicle to take all of those actions, which is why we hold there.
But
all of that happens automated. You do a final checkout of the TVC, the thrust vector control, how we're going to steer.
Thank you for following. Appreciate it.
And then we see liftoff. So we're under a minute away.
And thank you for subscribing with Prime. Greatly appreciate it. You can see the little logo there. It works.
45 seconds and counting.
Thank you very much.
Good event, Game It.
All right, now as we close in, we are past the 40-second mark.
Okay, we're going to listen to watch.
Let's listen in,
folks. Here we go.
Flight Director Ty Huntington's going to take us through one more time for a Starship liftoff.
T-minus 15.
The 5th test flight of Starship.
Scan the QR code and change your life for the best. These are the most important words I want to say to you at our event.
doesn't mean basically anything besides the fact that there's a boat on the range. Now, they do have to make sure they're in contact and get them out of the way, but we will see what we get as the sun continues to rise out here at Starbase.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, fantastic to hear. Like 100% weather, as Alex said. That's like usually they say more than 95. That's the usual wording because they're like, we still have this slight chance. But they are at this point like 100% is a very high state of confidence.
Yep.
And that means there's no issue. Like the weather officers is having a good day right now.
The weather officer's like, all right, I'm good.
Yep.
That's fine.
Good. Fine. Like already like having sunglasses on. Like, yeah, it's good.
They have their arms behind their head. Their feet are up on the console. Like, weather. I don't know, 100%. Send it.
Yeah, like I don't care.
Okay, we rapidly approach 10 minutes, y'all. Remember, if you see fake streams out there, there's a lot of fake streams claiming to be SpaceX. Not us. We're for real over here sharing you what's actually going on. We're not asking for your crypto wallet or anything like that. At some point, you don't even have to talk about those in chat because it doesn't add anything. Like, yeah, there's people out there. Click report and move on. You know why you want to move on? Because that's 9 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yeah, you don't want to spend the last 10 minutes before Starship flight, I don't know, like being angry about some streamers.
You don't have to do that.
Enjoy this view because I'm always paraphrasing with if, so I'm not to blame here. If this goes, this might shape up to be one of the Starship launches so far with the most fantastic views.
Oh yeah,
we will ever see. Like it's almost it feels a bit too close to comfort right now because it's that good. You're like, you're getting nervous. You're like, why is this so good?
Look at that. And these swing arms, you see the arms up there? They're sort of connected to the ship, and there's actually lines going up to the booster. You'll see when this thing takes off. I'm gonna think positive. When this thing takes off, you're going to see all those things swing out, right? We have so many cameras. I don't know which camera we're going to be showing you at liftoff, but they're all recording. And so we always come back. We're going to do replays for you when we have like a coast phase or we have time to do that. We're going to put out more videos. They'll be all over the socials. So that one shot, right, with that swing arm, at some point, you'll see a video from us that shows that swing arm swinging out of the way and the lines disconnecting. You'll see the ice cascading off the side of the rocket. We have so many cameras. We have more cameras than you can shake a stick at.
You can see they're going to be finishing. If they're not finished already, the refueling process. You can see the icing on the side of the Falcon Heavy.
Germans,
Falcon Heavy. That's the first stage, and that's one of the signs to look at.
I don't know if that's American or not.
As far as the rocket.
But yeah,
hey, here's what I want. We are going to cleanse the chat. It is now coming up on 8 minutes before this thing might happen.
And they have to do
People
that just
all
prior
over the
to
world
launch.
Are hanging out with us right now. I want to know where from.
But there's a lot of activity going on right now.
Joining us today
again, I want to say thank you for the viewers that are watching. We get some fantastic pictures from.
I saw Scotland. I don't think I could reach anything else. 150,000 people all over
they
monitor,
the planet.
And one day, maybe from Mars, too.
Yeah, maybe. But
for now, all over this planet,
I think it is,
watching the stream, sharing this experience with us. The
NASA
SpaceFlight.com team.
Just before coming live, there was they were.
If you haven't yet,
these guys, and they
sub
said
to the
an
channel.
airplane that left
Come
out
on back here and hang out with us anytime we do this on a Starlink.
Enjoy the break months right now, by the way. There's nothing to moderate.
An observation plane.
Like, well, whatever.
What fake streams? I don't see any chat messages about fake streams in that chat.
It's in the area probably, and it's going to probably give us some fantastic.
But wherever you are, this is what we do. We share these sorts of things. We're rocket
Starship
nerds.
5.
We don't have a script
Falcon
we read. We don't have to be like,
launches,
like we don't do any of that.
Right,
we hang out and we share cool things with y'all because y'all keep showing up.
Yep, 100%.
Alex, we have Alex on. It's 7 minutes now.
Why would there
7 minutes.
be? Oh, that's the condensation from the rocket
Alex?
Fuel.
Yeah, right now we are heading towards the end of the propellant load sequence, currently at around 85% on the booster, 90% propellant on the ship. And so far, so good. SpaceX
why would they
confirming once
be?
again that
It's
they're
just
still,
a condensation of the fuel,
clearing
the rocket fuel. Let me see, what rocket fuel do they have?
the range, getting all of that ready for this.
rocket fuel.
Launch and a catch as well.
Fuel.
So hopefully, everything goes flawlessly. I'm really hoping, we get that launch in 6 minutes and 26 seconds.
I should know this off the top of my head, but
something out here because
I'm just excited.
If a lot of people here so far watch Falcon 9.
The Falcon Heavy rocket, that's liquid oxygen. That's
Starship
that icing is from liquid
Starship
oxygen,
has the ability to hold. They're not at the end of their window yet. They have 5 more minutes. And Starship has demonstrated the ability that they can hold at that T-minus 40-second hold point.
It's a combination of two.
They can perform additional checks. So if this countdown at some point,
you are from Florida. Okay, I hope you're doing well as well as all the other Floridians.
That's
we had a lot of hurricanes
that can
down your
happen.
way.
They maybe just perform final checkouts. But
there's another launch that's taking place.
Let's see what
down there
happens because we crossed under 6 minutes while you were talking there. Beth Sanders, you are awesome.
The mission that's going to Jupiter.
By the way. Thank you for the support. Beth said, you guys rock. Thank you for all the hard work. Thank y'all for showing up.
Saturn.
And we are ticking down. It's 5.5 minutes.
They thought they have a window.
No, Adrian, when you said they have 5 more minutes,
November or 10 October to 6 October.
They have 5 minutes of leeway left in the count after this T0, right?
So that's another mission that's going to be going off here between that time frame. But
is that where the Starship flips over 8 times in the animation?
Yeah,
different spacecraft. Sorry,
different spacecraft. But that also was happening when I played as Mechazilla.
No, Elon is still talking on the SpaceX
it's not going great for me as well. But yeah, it's weird how these last 2 hours fly by.
We're down to 5 minutes, under 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm getting excited again.
You're like looking at the clock and it's 5 minutes.
And again, I'm grateful. Thank you to all those that
much like
are
the
watching
vapors
right
around
now.
Starship evaporates.
Very good to
it just goes away. I mean, there's 15 seconds right there.
33 on the view here,
and that's another 20 now.
Coming in. That's not counting.
We are just playing. You will. If you don't have snacks yet, or if you don't have water, you should really
better run. Yeah, if you go to the bathroom right now, you better be fast about it. Get your friends, get your family, get them to crowd around the TV.
Over there
if you're watching this and you don't know what's going on, that huge rocket, the hugest rocket that humans have ever built, is on the launch pad.
So
it's almost fully
pretty much about,
and it may take off in just over 4 minutes
total.
That's what's happening. And the craziest thing about this, not only is it the largest rocket that anybody's ever been crazy enough to build and try to launch. They succeeded to launch it a couple times already. They're going to try to make this rocket come back and land.
And then exit doesn't count. And
on
then
the launch mount, like on the launch tower, there are sticks that are sticking out the side of the tower. We call them the chopsticks, and they're going to try to catch the rocket out of the air like Mr. Miyagi style. It's nuts what SpaceX is trying to do there, but that's what's happening today. That's why you should sit down and you should watch this, because if it happens,
let's see. Okay, we got a little lag on the.
It's history.
Radio.
Yeah. We are approaching 200 seconds.
200 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds is just 200 seconds. You can do it. There's not a lot of things you can do anymore until the next launch of Starship. For example, make a pizza. No longer possible.
Not possible.
If you don't have a pizza in front of you right now, you cannot
eat pizza during. Look at that.
It looks like an extension of the ocean.
It is making it out to the ocean. Wow.
That's insane.
The winds today are just so gentle, calm. Look at the weight. Look at the royals in the vapors there out in the flats.
Oh, we got a little bit of lag going again.
Spectacular. Please countdown proceed as you do right now.
Under 3 minutes.
Look at that. Tower vent is back. That confirms propellant load on the ship has been completed.
We have a fully loaded ship.
There's the view from South Padre Island over that way. Folks, in Isla Blanca Park, down there in the bottom of the screen, 6 miles away. If you make it to Texas, you can watch from there. That's public viewing. It's the closest you.
Okay, we're getting a little bit of lag here. Let me see if I can refresh this here.
see, of course, first the DSS, the suppression system.
The suppression system, yep.
And after that, the water deluge system will kick into full gear.
You got to talk faster.
And once that has happened, the next thing, raptor fire, and that thing goes. That's your next minute. That's your next minute, because this launch is happening in 1 minute from now.
We're going. We got to go.
It's a beautiful
1 minute.
day.
1 minute,
it's a
folks.
beautiful day out there. Everybody is making sure their tripods are ready, their cameras are ready, they're limbering up, their heart's beating. One day we'll put heartbeat sensors on all the NSF team.
You should really do.
We'll have telemetry down the side, and you'll see everybody's heart rates going up. But that's 45 seconds, y'all.
Alex and I did that with our Apple Watches at some point. We peaked at 160.
160.
Okay, I've seen the vent that occurs at T-minus 40 seconds. It looks like they are going.
That's
Watch out for
vent
the DSS.
All right. DSS is a cloud down at the bottom of the rocket. Underneath the launch pad, you'll see some mist sort of start to go off, trying to control that
like
environment.
The director is go for launch, I've just heard.
Excellent. Go for
There
launch.
it is.
DSS. Watch for the water deluge plume that will appear in any second now.
Yep.
In a huge
Okay, we're going to listen
down
to
there
this
at the
now.
bottom. Watch the bottom of the pad here.
There it is.
There it is.
And Raptors.
Ignition.
Launch it. Launch it.
I don't see any holes in there. I don't see any engines that are offline.
I hope somebody records us. Look at that. That would be amazing. Next up, of course, after that will be the hot staging.
Be on the lookout. Coming up on 1.5 minutes into flight here.
Look at that.
Look at the purple plume.
Yeah.
In the middle there. Wow.
The viewing conditions are amazing for this flight.
There we can see,
Yeah,
I
they
think,
are.
33 healthy engines. That's
1
good.
minute
That's
to
good
hot
for
staging.
that's good for our chances of a catch.
Coming up on 2,500 kilometers per hour, approaching 30 kilometers in altitude now.
Watch on the right side, because the first thing you will see is the ship engines like spooling up, because that happens before
Look
the
at
stage.
the green
Yep.
there. From the twilight, sort of like hitting the engines.
Absolutely stunning.
2 minutes into flight. Continuing to go downrange. Now remember, the show's not over. It is possible that more than half of this rocket will come back towards the launch pad, and excitement is guaranteed.
Hot staging should come up.
Watch for the flare out the side. That's the hot staging ring here.
The track from us, by the way. And it's hot
There it
staging.
is. Wow.
They are performing a go no go poll for the catch now.
Okay,
Pushback
two
burn.
things. There's two things on your screen. There, the booster has turned around and it's lit its.
All right. Can still see it up behind me. That is one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen in my entire life. Coming up on hot staging next.
Ship engine
There's
startup.
most engines cut off.
Stage separation. Booster.
Stage separation. Hot stage separation confirmed.
Crowd here in Hawthorne all went ooh at that first view of the blue flames from the booster. As you can see there, first stage currently performing, or excuse me, is now making its way back to the launch site. Again, we are
Ship avionics power telemetry nominal.
The booster and the tower are both performing automated checks to make sure we are go for the booster to return to the launch pad for that catch. And once those are complete, the flight director.
Booster for shutdown. Flight director is go for booster return.
And we did hear that the tower is go for catch. So that was one of the big criteria we were looking for. We'll wait to hear that the go for catch has been sent.
Beautiful view here from the ship.
And so exciting to hear that we got a go for booster catch. That means it's going to be a really exciting morning. Again, the booster is making its way back towards now land in order to make that catch attempt in the tower.
So incredible to see these views. You can see the ship on the right-hand side of your screen. All 6 Raptor engines are under full power. Once again, the booster is making its way back to the launch site. We are going to try and catch it using the chopsticks on the launch tower, the exact same tower that it just launched from just, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and the booster.
Starship on nominal trajectory.
I can confirm the command was sent for the booster to come back.
That is incredible.
So I'm looking up right now. It's pretty much right overhead of us, and we can see it starting to come down.
I can't wait for us to hear the sonic boom through Dan's mic.
Right.
That is going to be incredible. It was so cool to hear the liftoff. And so once again, a successful on-time liftoff of Starship Flight 5. The ship has separated from the booster. The booster is there on your screen. It is making its way back to the launch site. We are going to attempt the catch using the chopsticks. We did hear the confirmation that the command was sent to the tower. We are go for catch.
And in order to...
Hey guys, we should just be about 30 seconds away from our landing burn. It's going to happen in 3 phases. We're going to land 13 engines, burn off all of that velocity. Oh, we can see it coming down through the plume.
Booster coming in hot for booster catch.
We're going to ignite 13 of those Raptor engines. And
Oh, here we go.
Right now.
Coming in for the catch here, folks.
You can see how fast this vehicle is moving on the left-hand.
Landing burn.
13 engines.
Ignited. We're now down to 3 Raptor engines. We can see those chopsticks now.
Booster having burn shutdown.
Micavilla had popped booster.
I did it! Oh my God! Holy jeez Louise!
First ever attempt.
Oh my God!
Successfully caught the Super Happy booster back at the launch tower.
What an incredible view!
Are you kidding me?
Wow! Wow! Wow, look at that. That's
Dan,
a perfect landing.
I
Oh
don't
my
know about
God.
you,
That
but
is
we're losing our stuff up here.
amazing. Yes, Ricky Paradise.
Guys,
Simply amazing.
sorry,
That
like,
was
even
that's
in this
historic
day
right
and
there,
age,
folks.
what we just saw, that looked like magic.
I was not expecting that.
Your view must have been insane. We are still going wild over here over this.
Folks, this is a day for the engineering history books.
They did
This
it.
is a live view
They landed
of the
that
Super Heavy booster
Falcon
as it
Heavy.
has just been successfully caught back at the
They
very
caught it.
same launch tower that it just came from.
Holy
Dan,
crap.
I love this. You are reflecting exactly what everybody else here in Hawthorne, except maybe a little bit more because you got to see it with your own eyes.
How was that?
We got it. I mean, like,
I can't even describe that. Oh, by the way,
You know, booster isn't the only excitement that we have today. Just confirmation there, a gorgeous view of planet Earth behind the ship. And it is now in the orbit that we expected it to. This is just an incredible day. Live views there as the booster vents, some pressures there. That is a live view from the top of the tower looking at the chopsticks.
I am still in disbelief. I'm trying to catch my tears just like the chopsticks caught the booster. It has been nonstop since liftoff. And we are all so excited about everything that's
Vicky,
been happening
I'm sitting
so
here
far
with
this
my mouth
morning.
wide open.
With the booster having completed
Yeah, this
its
is
job for today,
this is
we are
historic.
going to take a short
Vicky
break
Paradise. This
for the
is
next 30 minutes. We'll return back at T plus 40 minutes while the ship
I don't know what to
continues
say.
to
I
coast
am
before re-entry.
overwhelmed by the fact that they
Oh
were able to
man,
do this.
and
this
as with
fifth
previous
launch,
flights, Starlink
the Falcon
may
Heavy.
actually enable us to talk
My
with
Lord,
the ship
this is
through
very
re-entry
historic,
with
folks.
no communication
Look at that.
blackout. We of course
That's
are still
exactly
testing
how I
Starlink
thought it was
during
going
this
to hit
phase
the
of flight,
tower. The
so
back end
nothing is
came in at
certain.
an angle,
But if we do have
and
views,
it
we'll
did
be sure to
exactly
bring
what it was
those
supposed
to
to
you
do.
live.
Views or no
Where the
views,
4
we'll see you back
previous
here
ones
at
have
T plus
crashed over
40
there in
minutes
the
for
Indian
coverage
Ocean.
of Starship's
This one they
re-entry,
have.
flip maneuver,
It'll be
landing burn,
amazing to see
and
if they can
splashdown.
use this one, because that's what the whole. And here's this. This is a Starship 5 right now. It looks like it's going at a speed. It's up there, and we'll be following up here. This is just simply amazing. And again, I want to say thank you to all the viewers that are watching this, sharing this experience with you all. It is greatly, greatly appreciated as far as that goes. And thank you for spending a little time this morning watching something that's very historic here. Very historic, folks.
But it doesn't need to be.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Vicky. Again, thank you for your follow. And you didn't have to, you didn't have to subscribe. I just like the viewers. I do appreciate there, and I do recognize that. So thank you very much. This is a very special moment. So this is unfreaking real. And there she sits. Those are the Merlin engines underneath. It's just amazing. This thing is pulling off. We've got Starship 5 in orbit. This is the a shot from the NSF YouTube page. They have some great pictures. We're going to go back to Good morning, Smoking Chaz. We have a launch of Starship 5. They just caught Falcon Heavy using the Godzilla arms, and we're seeing history taking hold here. Let's go back to space.com. view as far as that goes. They have a shot of the now flying Starship 5. We'll continue on with following this Starship 5 test flight, SpaceX's things that they do, and they're doing it good today, folks. They're doing it good. Here we go. We got a little music going on here on space.com, and you can see the Falcon Heavy is in the mega arms just to the left, and you have Starship 5 cruising on to where it's going to touch down in the Indian Ocean here. And we're 13 minutes into this flight. I'm not sure what the time is exactly, but again, I want to say thank you for your look at that. It's locked in. That was historic, folks. Very historic. If Starship 5 comes in the way it should, I guess at the end of this, we might have a quicker look at that view. Look at that view from Starship 5 looking down at us. Simply amazing, folks. And Vicky Paradise saying, hey, Smoking Chaz. Hey, DPQ 3248. They are putting all right, folks, we're back here, and we got some cruising music as Starship 5 is cruising through space at this time. And let's go ahead and bring it over to the folks from
They're used to that.
We're the noisy neighbors today. We're the kids running up and down the hallway.
So for everybody at NSF, we
You
now
guys-
have a license for Flight 6 and a
Yes.
most likely no mishap investigation. So I propose Monday or Tuesday
Knock
as
on
the
wood, don't jinx
beginning of
it.
Flight
This
6.
This is still a ship coming back down.
The ship has to come back down, yeah.
I'm so
Exactly.
far, I have to say, I will continue to jinx it because I have been saying weird jinx stuff all stream, and so far, honestly, it's going well.
We have not.
It's going well.
Okay.
It's going so. Hey, is there anybody else in comms? Jack, go.
No, I don't want to talk over anybody. Let's get some more excitement in here. I just want to take a moment. Oh my God, they did it! They did it! Oh my God! All right, somebody else talk. I'm gonna go scream for a while. Enjoy.
You're gonna scream if you hear Jack going "Rah!" in a microphone out at the river spot. That's what's going on.
I now imagine him just like standing there, like not even moving. It's just like
like
arms down, like
staring at the sky.
Yep. And they're staring at the booster that is hanging there.
I know Max and D over there on the roof of the Margaritaville Hotel. They're probably processing images and downloading stuff from cards. If they check in as well, they will hopefully speak to us too. I don't know who else we might have here, but good grief. Everybody in chat saying they did it.
I mean, that's a very accurate description of what just happened.
Yep, they did it.
There were a lot of people doubting that, and I will gladly accept and admit that I was not expecting the success.
That thing just sitting there smoking on the launch pad. On the catch tower, I guess.
Sorry,
it's not on the launch pad. It's the catch tower.
So remember 2 or 3 years ago when the first idea came up and we were all like, nah, they're not. Yeah. We were wrong. We were wrong.
Look at that.
I am right now
Chad,
super happy.
Admit
about
it.
all this.
Chad, for everybody here. When they first announced that they want to try to catch the booster, who of you thought that's never going to happen? Like, admit it.
I think things are possible. I don't know that they were going to do it the first time. I really didn't expect it to happen the first time. I thought it might be an abort or something like that. But they're dialing it in. This is why they fire up these things. That's why they don't sit there and do it on a computer 18 bazillion times without ever actually getting ground truth, space truth, rocket truth. They do the rapid iteration. They make guest, test, and revise, basically. And that is what you get from it. You get the booster there hanging on the chopsticks, lightly smoking from the bottom.
Okay,
I mean, the worst thing that thing had was China did a bit of fire.
Falcon Heavy.
That's just how we came back from space.
Can we reflect about that?
With the
this is
Starship 5 flying.
We have had in
Not
the
sure about
history of a
the sound
space flight only 2 rockets.
So we're a win on that. So here we go. Actually, let's Okay, we're going to go ahead and just enjoy the view here and give you my commentary as I'm checking myself. But we have the launch. This is a historical launch. We've had the capture of the Falcon Heavy, and this is very historic from a standpoint. You can see right there on the, or no, that's the, I'm looking at the different, we're over on space.com, Rich. Okay, we're over, the Space Starship 5 is continuing traveling. Have not gotten an app that they have the music playing here as far as that goes. We're just cruising along, and I'm sure they're taking a lot of data. Okay, it seems like the music is coming in. And we'll go with that as far as that goes. Let me see if I can bring this up here. So we're cruising, and we're doing good. I want to say thank you. We got 27 people on Rumble. Wow. 27 people on Rumble watching right now. Thank you very much. Or actually 29. We're up to 29. Let's check over on X Live. We have 31 still. We're holding there at 31, and we're doing we have 4 on YouTube. We have 3 on Twitch. We have 1 on locals, and I'm not sure about Facebook. It has 0 right now, but thank you very much for the views. We've got Starship 5 there. It looks like there's a little debris going on right there, and but look at that view. Look at that view. She's cruising. She's been flying for 25 minutes now after the historical launch on top of Falcon Heavy. And Falcon Heavy coming back down to Earth and being caught by the mega arms back there in SpaceX's launch facility there down in Texas. And I am just ecstatic as far as this goes with what we're seeing. And we're just watching the continuing of the mission. And we have music still going on. And a couple commercials there on the Rumble. So, but we're cruising. This is the just I can't express words what I'm seeing right now. This is just monstrous as far as just the accomplishments that this represents. Some people say, well, why are we wasting the money and all that and stuff like that? No, this type of operation is providing a lot of jobs, but it's also creating a lot of science for us to look at and study as far as that goes. And let's see. Okay, we caught up on we had some BS comments in the comments here. Let's see. Skip that one. And okay, we're on the Rumble now. Okay. We're on the Rumble. Okay, we got the Rumble up on the broadcast there. So, this is a very historical moment for me because I've had, this is the most viewers I've had on Rumble. So those folks on Rumbles that are watching right now, thank you very much. This is monstrous. We had a total of 42 viewers live on this broadcast, and that is huge as far as that goes. For those that missed it, it's showing, that's showing off to the right in the bigger picture, the capture and landing of Falcon Heavy. Simply amazing, my friends. Simply amazing. And we got some good views here from the folks at NSF. And here it comes down again. Let's see, they can show that. Yeah, there it is coming down right now. And we got, it's making its burn there. And this is simply amazing, folks. Look at this. It's coming down. It's got its boosters going, the three inner rockets or rocket engines. And it looks like it's going to hit the tower, but there's control there and just misses it. Of course, it might be the angle we're looking at this now, but there it is. It locks in. That is historic. I've seen animations of it, but to have it actually take place is just monstrous, folks. That is monstrous. And there's the mega arms right there. Here it is coming in again. They're showing views. This is just this is the video of the day right here. It's just, look at that. It's just so much excitement. The person with the camera is just shaking all over the place. I will be right back, folks. Enjoy the picture. I'll be back in a moment.
The alarm hasn't even cleared. It just comes out of the sky.
Sorry, coming back.
Look at that! Look at the sonic boom!
Boom. Sonic boom! Wow! Look at the cloud!
Look at the cloud! Wow!
That looks like it's from the highway site. That's
ridiculous.
You saw it emanate from the bottom of the booster, and then you saw it travel across the clouds even.
How's the feel?
No. What is this?
Oh, that's trailer,
This
right?
is a camera.
Oh, look at the closing.
You can see them close. This is one of our
He
trailer
didn't touch it.
cameras.
He didn't tell
How
the
is this
tower.
footage that our camera shot? How is this? How is this footage that we brought into being today?
How is
With
it real,
everybody's
right?
support, with everybody's hard work. This is footage that we made that did not previously exist, and it's
Look at
real.
this.
I can't believe that's real.
That was the fixed shot of it coming in. We're gonna have another shot. Look, this is the tracking shot of it coming in.
Wow! Look at that!
This is a tracking camera mounted on the trailer. Let's
It's
see
like a
what we
meteor.
Is
get.
this the positioner?
Yeah,
Oh my
I don't
God.
think it's the positioner. The birds are like, nope, I'm out.
Good
This
job,
is the one that
Gage.
hangs in. Yeah, look, this is Gage, I think.
You see that preset? You see that preset
Yeah.
work there? He
You see that
did. He
preset
got it. He
bang?
got it.
Look at the
Look at that
fire at
fire!
the bottom.
My
Wow.
God.
That
I
was
just cannot
Gage's
get over the
track.
fact that this looks like it is like the 10th landing or the 20th
Yeah, right?
landing. But it's the first. Ooh! No way, we're gonna get this view now?
What is this view?
Oh, no
wow,
way.
look at that!
No way.
This is the north tracking camera.
That's
North
ridiculous.
Beach, baby. It's the new camera at North
Look
Beach.
at that. You can
That's
see how
the
it first
giraffe
gimbals.
camera.
You can see how it first gimbals to the right to slow down, and then to the left to start to control itself.
And the ground effects, you can see when
My
the plume starts
God.
hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Look at that.
By the way, I hope you
My
like.
Who was operating
God.
that? That was Matt Z. Matt Z, nice
Amazing.
job. We
Good
just
job, Matt
installed
Z.
that camera. That's why I carried that camera to Starbase in my carry-on bag a couple of days ago. And Dan and me put
I don't
it up
even
on
want
top
to.
of the
I don't even
tower.
want to talk
Jack-
about.
Jack
I
was
don't even want to
spotting
talk
us.
about what you had to do. Oh my God! It involved ratchet straps and a gin pole, and I don't even know, but we got it done before flight, you guys.
Jack was belaying that camera as we lifted it up the tower. Look at this. This is another one.
It looks like the render from SpaceX. Remember?
It's not a render though.
It
It's
does.
for real.
It's
We
real.
have
It's
even
for real.
more replays.
There was plenty of room there.
I like more replays.
Going over, folks.
By the way,
I
in the
like
live views, the bottom of the booster is not smoking as much anymore. Everybody see that?
Yep, I think. Am I allowed to say it that they probably have?
It looks safe.
Do we call this
Look at this.
successfully?
Is this from the outpost?
That
It
should be
looks like
outpost.
it,
Yes.
yeah.
Look at the cloud.
Look at these
Look at the
cameras.
cloud. Oh my lord.
You can see 2 times.
Wow.
It goes like
Oh, no
once
way.
and then
Look at it. It's coming in.
Oh,
and look
no.
at that. There was plenty of... Wow, that is amazing. Look at that picture.
Now these are recording locally too.
Amazing, folks.
That's like a slow motion sort of
That
thing.
is historic right there, folks. Very historic.
Yeah, I am.
My God.
Yeah, I think I think NSF just had the day where we covered the best footage ever.
That's pretty cool.
I think
Oh, wow,
I think
with
this
the
is up there
51
somewhere in the top
on,
3 maybe.
That's pretty
Rumble.
cool.
Thank you very much.
Apparently,
Wow.
by the way, we have
What are we supposed to do?
we have.
You can
You
see
know
the booster
where we said
dangling a little
we had
bit.
nice liftoff shots.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we already set up for that, so I'm throwing somebody under the bus here.
Oh, we better make sure Kevin's ready for it first.
Yeah, I don't want to make Kevin mad.
Yeah. Stand by. We've got the stills, the metal prints coming as well here. Look at that.
It's
So many different angles. And y'all, for some of the cameras, so the way that we work this, we
Okay,
send back what we call a
looks like
broadcast
low
quality
activity
feed, which is
on-
good enough for broadcast, right? But it's not the best
the,
quality. It's not the
Starship.
highest high quality. We
So
have the
we'll go back
cameras
to that.
recording locally at higher frame rates and higher bit rates. So it takes us longer to pull those off of the cameras. But
Okay,
what
there's
you've
most of it
seen
right
so
now.
far is sort of the
Starship.
live stream views, and we have higher resolution, higher frame rate.
Let's just start looking back on Earth. On this rainy, sunny morning there here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Got debris floating, but it's still flying. Now, the next key benchmark is going to be the re-entry as far as for Starship 5. They did take some, I want to say when it was re-entering, right, you look at that flap there, right underneath, they took a lot of burning on the re-entry of Starship 4. So this is going to be very interesting. Hopefully they beefed up the tiles that are around that little point, that point as far as with that flap and stuff. It still worked, but it looked like there was some significant damage and stuff like that. So well, we're still at a speed of 26,419 kilometers. 26,419 kilometers per hour, which equates to it's traveling 16,416 miles per hour. If I got that right. Is that right? 26,430. 26,430. So 5 right now is traveling at 16,116 miles per hour right now. And let's see, it's up 164 kilometers in height, 164 kilometers, which equals miles. We want miles. It's up 142 miles right now. That's where we're standing. I'm not sure about this helicopter, so we're going to change our view. Back in space.com. Seeing a helicopter on NS. Yeah. Space.com, they're providing us some music right now. And, again, it's traveling 1,416 miles per hour and at an altitude of 142 miles. You can't do the conversion there. So we're still monitoring the continual flight of Starship 5 after historical landing and capture on the mega arms there at SpaceX's facility down in Texas. And going to ask for a better way of starting the Sunday. And again, I want to say thank you to the viewers there. And I think what we're going to do right now, we have 15 I'm going to take the opportunity to go ahead and I wasn't planning on doing this, but let's go ahead and see what we can do. This is this is something I'm considering, I guess. I am on Rumble, and I want to go ahead and plug this in for Rumble. As far as that goes, this is a full disclosure. This is a read-only. Let me go ahead and put my. Okay, this is a read-only. We're still monitoring the flight of Starship, but. This is a campaign read ad. I have an opportunity. I haven't done one of these in a while, but this is for the sponsorship that I get from Rumble, and one that's incredibly important. This is basically the survival of the company, Rumble. Rumble is a great company, and when Rumble first started in 2013, I was right there at the get-go. I didn't know what was going on with this. They built the platform for small creators such as myself. They don't censor and or have biases. They're fair and treated all creators equally, and that's what the number one thing that's great about being on Rumble. No one through platforms would censor political conversation or censor opportunities on COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted they felt the pressure from the Biden-Harris administration. Rumble did not. And that's one thing. They kept it open, and that's a good thing. They held the line. They are attacked. Oh, let's finish this out here, folks, and we'll get back. But Rumble did not. They held the line. They are attacked daily, and for giving us a voice to talk to you. They are attacked in corporate media. They are attacked in governments like France. They are attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech. Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertising. They don't get much of it. And this is an opportunity they're giving back to me by sponsoring this. Watch our shows on Rumble is the most they can ask for you. They watch other Rumble folks. But if you really believe in this fight, and if you really have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is join Rumble Premium. And I'm looking at that. I just ended up getting on X Live, but I'm seriously looking at this as well. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human rights to free speech. Free speech is very important across the board. Doesn't matter what side you're on. You have to have free speech. You have to have a quiet discussion of things. No argument, no debate, just have a discussion. Rumble is offered $10 off with the premium code STUDIO, STUDIO. When you purchase an annual subscription, go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code of STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, now it's time to join Rumble. I've been on Rumble since the get-go, and I love it here. Rumble Studios, thank you for Rumble Studios. It's a blessing. I could do a lot of things with it. If you don't have the means, we are just happy if you're watching us on Rumble. But do watch the folks. There's a wide variety of content from all sides here, just like on YouTube, and as far as that goes. So I want to say thank you to Rumble for an opportunity to do this read, and it's greatly appreciated. And thank you, folks, for listening. There's a QR code for where you can check out rumble.com.premium and go to rumble.com/premium studio to get $10 off. And I think that's a good deal. You all have a great one. Thank you again. I'm not ending the broadcast. Okay, we completed that. So let's get back to our Starship 5. That was exciting. I haven't done one of those in a while. So let's see what we got here. Okay. I'm all over the board here. I'm all over the board. Let's see what happened to our present. Okay, we're back. Okay, here we are back on Starship. Again, I want to say thank you for listening to that read ad, and was able to get one. And I want to say thank you to the folks. We have 51 viewers here. I think we had 55. We're over 50. So thank you to the 44 viewers on Rumble. It's greatly appreciated. And the one person on Locals, 2 on, and that's all I ask for. This is overwhelming as far as the number of folks that are supporting me watching the broadcast here on Rumble. It's overwhelming. I'm just a small fry broadcaster. If I have 1, 2, or 3 broadcasts or viewers, I'm happy with that. Just the fact that we had Vicky Paradise follow me over there on Twitch and also subscribe. That's unreal. And it's just a cherry on the top as we're watching the continuation of Starship 5 on its mission here. Let's see if we got any commentary here on space.com. Let's see. Here we go.
I think is just incredible in terms of scale, but the heat shield alone on the ship has a total mass of 10.5 tons, which is crazy because these things are really lightweight. They're made out of ceramic. We have a couple of them here. The one that I'm holding is used on flat surfaces, as so you could go that way, because as it's flat. The one that Jesse has is kind of more what you see there on the side.
Yeah, exactly. And having these different shapes, the flat version and the curved version, allow us to cover a lot more of the surface area of the vehicle. Again, we need to protect every portion of it. So even those curved surfaces, and especially the hinge area, if you watch Flight 4, is really what we want to make sure that we protect. And yeah, Kate, these are very, very lightweight.
But when you put 18,000 of them together, they add up to 10.5 tons, which is incredible. Now, we did mention earlier that the heat shield has been completely reworked.
Entered the atmosphere, remains on a nominal entry trajectory.
We can start to see that plasma
what you're
now.
Seeing here is re-entry, the red glow.
It's not quite full plasma
Starship
yet,
5 is starting
but
to make
we
it
are starting to see
down to
that
97
color
kilometers.
indicate that the heat is building up on the heat shield.
Yeah, this is such a cool sight to see because you never really
So
have gotten to see this live before flight.
Before Flight 4.
Yeah.
Only 84 miles above the Earth.
As Kate mentioned, it's getting a little more red, as you can see there on your screen. That means that heat is building up.
We're
But
going
that's
to go ahead
exactly
and
what
listen
these
to the
heat shield tiles are
re-entry.
there for, is to protect against this plasma and this really, really extreme heat that the vehicle is going to see for about the next 10 more minutes or so.
Yeah, so the ship will attempt to light the 3 center Raptor engines, and those are the engines that can gimbal or maneuver or point, and they do that to help flip the ship until the engines point down so that it can land using the Raptor's thrust in the ocean. So that will happen after we get through this re-entry period. Again, now starting to see, and we also might start to see the flaps actuate a little bit here as the vehicle controls its roll during re-entry. That was one of the main learning points from Flight 3, was the roll control didn't work quite as well as we wanted it to. We learned that we needed some redundancies, so we added more roll control thrusters, and we'll see those in action as well today, as that was a flight 3 learning that worked better on Flight 4 and still enabling that same design today.
Yeah.
Starship has passed through 85 kilometers altitude. Flaps now have control of the vehicle.
Great call out, as Kate mentioned, the flaps are controlling the attitude of the vehicle. And I love these views because it looks so calm. Everything is relative, right? So relative to this camera on the ship, it looks so calm and smooth. The vehicle is traveling extremely fast. You can see the speed on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Starship is designed to land on Mars where there are no runways or other humans to help out. So we also want rapid reusability. So we're doing propulsive landing instead of a more traditional means like parachutes. And so we will use the engines on this vehicle to help slow the vehicle down for a vertical landing.
Yeah. Now, entry is going to basically happen in 5 phases. The first is low drag that lasts for about 3 minutes. Next is high heating, and that beginning when heating increases above the heat rate breakup limit. That lasts for about 10 minutes. We then have high dynamic pressure. Starship will continue to slow down and experience increased aerodynamic loads during that phase, and that will happen before reaching Mach 1, about a minute after.
Starship is approaching the peak heating phase of entry, remains on a nominal trajectory.
Okay, so that was phase 2 that he just called out, that I was mentioning. After peak heating is that dynamic pressure around Mach 1, and that will last about a minute after leaving the hypersonic area, and then we go into subsonic, and then, of course, landing burn. Wow, what an incredible view.
The colors are so amazing, and the colors actually also tell you a little bit about the temperature that the vehicle is seeing as well. So I think that's pretty cool that we get this amazing live visual.
Speaking of live visual, the flap, we have more views, more cameras on board Starship, as Dan mentioned a few minutes ago. We are hoping that all 4 flaps will stay more intact than they did last time. We did make some changes to the design in order to help enable
Starship
this.
is now experiencing peak heating, remains on a nominal entry trajectory.
Great news there that Starship is continuing along the path that we intended it to fly. You can keep track with how fast it's going and how high it is above Earth using the display that is there on the bottom right-hand side of your screen.
And guys, this is where we're really going to see a lot of those improvements from Flight 4 really come into action. Is you guys kind of talked about, so it's called the static arrow. Those are kind of the poke out points on the flaps. Those get exposed to some pretty extreme heat environments, and so we added some additional, basically made it a lot more robust for the thermal protection there. And we learned not just from visuals and stuff like that. We had those missing tile tests on Flight 4 where we intentionally left some out, kept in some backup layers. They're called ablatives, which means they just gradually melt away to help dissipate the heat. And we've got an entire layer of ablative underneath the tiles on this Starship today. So even if you get a gap in a tile or a tile is broken, anything like that, we've got essentially backup options. And what we're really trying to do today is do an on-target landing. As we lost the flaps, you lose a lot of your control, and so we didn't land right on target last flight. This time we're trying to really nail the target within just tens of meters. And that'll just be a really huge step on feeling like we're closer to bringing a ship back. Obviously, there's a lot of work before we get there, but we just caught a booster. We're going to start looking real soon at when we can catch a ship.
So the view on your left is as a helicopter passes by Dan, bound at Starbase. The view on your left is a camera that's positioned near the nose of the ship, looking basically down toward the flap. The view on the right is looking perpendicular to the flap. So we're looking basically bird's eye view onto the flap on the left-hand side, and then a worm's eye view from the side with that view on the right.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Maverick just buzzed the tower. He might be coming back. So.
Now, these views brought to us by Starlink. It's incredible that we have this high definition capability. In fact, that view on the left.
Starship is now halfway through the peak heating phase of entry, remains on a good trajectory.
So great news there, hearing that we're about halfway through the peak heating phase. Like I said earlier, this lasts roughly 10-ish minutes. And we did hear earlier that the flaps have control of the vehicle, so also good news there. You know, it is incredible that we've basically had views the entire time.
Right, yeah,
Although
thanks to Starlink.
my memory did black out a little bit after booster catch, so I think we had views. But, you know, all through the coast phase, we had some beautiful views of planet Earth behind the ship as it was in its orbit.
Yeah. And I also do want to point out on your right-hand screen, we've got a more encompassed view of the flap. As we watched in Flight 4, the hinge area was the area where we got a little bit of that burn through. This view, this new camera view on the ship will help us be able to visually see more of what's happening in that area. And again, we have improved our heating tiles, and so hopefully we've protected the hinge a lot better this time.
Landing chill has started.
But again, these views are additional to the data that we get on these flight tests that help enable us kind of put the data that we get in the computer to the visuals that we see and try and align those and use that for improvements in the future.
Now, we heard a call out there saying that engine chill has begun. This is an indication that we are starting to flow a little bit of the super cold liquid oxygen through the hardware, through the Raptor engine, specifically the turbo pumps, to help ensure that the hardware is at the right temperature before we give a full push, a full flow of propellant at engine startup. So all of that to say, we are getting closer to the landing burn.
We definitely are. And again, if you look at the bottom right hand of your screen, you can see the altitude that the ship is, and it has been slowly making its way closer and closer to Earth. We're currently at about 63 kilometers from planet Earth, and you'll see that number trend lower and lower as we get closer and continue through this reentry.
Yeah, this is going to go on for a little, actually a while longer. We have about 10 minutes or so, roughly, before we execute the landing, the ignition for the landing burn, starting with the landing flip. So we're making a controlled reentry. This is one of the primary objectives for Starship today, is to demonstrate another controlled reentry, even more controlled than what we saw on Flight 4. And so far, that is looking good.
And then as we start to really get lower, we're going to start seeing the atmosphere's effects start to take place, and that's when we'll be dropping our speed down closer to the speed of sound. You'll see the flaps start to maneuver. We were able to do a landing burn on Flight 4, which kind of caught all of us off guard. It was pretty incredible after seeing the flaps survive through. And we're going to try and do another one on this flight today. We tweaked it a little bit, so we're going to try and splash down at a little bit of a gentler angle this time, instead of just kind of hit the water and fall over. And the goal with that is try and keep the ship intact. And then if we're able to then get some additional video of it, again, that's just more data. And everything we can see, everything we can get extra, like a couple extra seconds or minutes of data coming from the ship after
Starship has
splashdown.
passed through the peak heating phase of flight, approaching maximum entry dynamic pressure.
All right, we're through peak heating. Coming up is basically max Q part 2, where we're going to hit kind of that part of the curve where we're still moving really fast and the atmosphere is just dense enough that we're feeling the most pressure, but hopefully we're going to start feeling a little bit less heat now.
Looks like we got more views of each of the flaps on the ship as it's making its way back down to Earth. And we did pass through peak heating and still got really good views throughout that whole period. Typically during the highest heat on the vehicle, we tend to build up a lot of plasma, and that's typically when we would lose, connection or views of the vehicle. But again, with Starlink, we were able to get some live views throughout that entire process there.
And we're coming up. We'll start hearing a couple more milestones in about 4 minutes or so when we start getting down to like the transonic, the subsonic, when we're starting to move closer to and beneath the speed of sound. And I mean, we're getting live views, we're getting live data. We've got a couple additional tests on this one today where we left off some missing tiles again to test some additional backup layers. We also have, I don't know if we can still quite see them in this view, but you may have noticed we had some kind of silvery looking tiles on Starship as well. And those were pretty much standard tiles, but they were wrapped in aluminum. And it was a pretty simplistic, straightforward one where aluminum starts to melt at roughly the same temperature where steel starts to lose its strength, not necessarily melt. And so if we see stuff melting, we know what our steel is going to be exposed to. But yeah, 59 minutes since launch, should be coming up on transonic and everything just about 3 minutes.
Now the views here, we have coverage of all 4 flaps. We can see, so for those that perhaps didn't catch a glimpse of the vehicle before liftoff, there are 2 flaps at the forward end and 2 flaps at the aft end. The larger camera view that is there on the right-hand side of your screen, that is a view of one of the aft end or the bottom end flaps. We can start to see some heat buildup and peeking through on one of the flaps there in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Once again, Starship now at T+1 hour and 9 seconds into its flight today, re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Currently about 45 kilometers above the surface of the Earth, now 44. We are targeting a soft splashdown in the Indian Ocean, about, northwest-ish of Australia. And we are attempting to, as we did on Flight 4, perform a flip maneuver as well as
Starship is at maximum entry dynamic pressure, remains on a good trajectory.
All right, so that is great news there. Like Dan said earlier, this is basically max Q part 2. So this is the greatest amount of aerodynamic loads that the vehicle will experience during its flight. It's coming back through the Earth's atmosphere. It was above the Earth's atmosphere in space where there was no friction. We can obviously see heat as evidence of that friction buildup. The atmosphere is actually helping to slow the vehicle down. If you're watching the telemetry in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you can see that speed decelerating rapidly. Now the 4 flaps on the ship help steer the vehicle, and one of the main objectives for the ship today is to demonstrate controlled re-entry during this phase of flight, this re-entry phase.
And we have 6 engines on ship, but we only need 3 of them, the 3 sea-level engines. We will have that flip maneuver happen very close to touching down for splashdown. We'll do that flip maneuver, ignite those engines, slow the vehicle down immediately, and then hopefully have what we call a soft splash. what we call a soft splashdown in the water. It's probably going to feel a little bit harder on the top of the surface of the water, but it'll look pretty gentle.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, we hope to have some more views, even of that phase of the flight. So fingers crossed that we can we can bring those to you. We are hoping to splash down softer than we did last time on Flight 4. Right now, Starship continuing to make its descent back to planet Earth.
Starship is at Mach 2, remains on a good trajectory.
All right, great news there. That tells us that the vehicle is traveling twice the speed of sound. So we will then, the next call out that we'll hear is that it is, traveling about the speed of sound. And then we will hear a call out that that will be the call out that it is transonic. And then we will hear another call out saying that it is subsonic, meaning going slower than the speed of sound.
Starship is transonic.
There it is. So at this point in time, we say transonic because certain parts of the vehicle, like the flap that you see on your screen, might be experiencing airflow faster than the speed of sound. While other parts of the ship may be experiencing airflow.
Starship is in the subsonic belly flop.
All right, so now the entire vehicle is traveling slower than the speed of sound, so subsonic. The crowd here at Mission Control Hawthorne also getting excited, just like us. We're awaiting a water landing. We are going to reignite the 3 engines to perform that flip maneuver, and we're basically about a minute and a half, away from the landing flip.
Yeah, the crowd's getting excited here as we get closer and closer to splashdown. Again, just about a minute away from the expected splashdown. So we should see a lot happening coming up here shortly. We're currently having a view of one of the flaps, and it is a little bit dark on your screen, but hopefully we'll get some good views of the ship as it makes that flip maneuver and touchdown for splashdown.
Yeah,
yeah, guys, we saw that speed drop like a rock. So we're doing a belly flip right now, or a belly flop right now. That's what's kind of, if you saw the high altitude campaign, that's the unique thing about how Starship comes back. So we've bled off pretty much all of the speed we're going to. We're essentially at terminal velocity.
Starship is at 5 kilometers altitude, remains on target.
5 to go, coming up soon, landing burn.
Two kilometers away.
Starship is on target, approaching landing burn startup.
So keep an eye on the bottom right-hand side of your screen as well. That will be the indicator when the Raptor engines ignite, if we are unable to see that illumination ourselves.
Landing burn startup.
What a cool view of the reflection of that landing burn.
You can see the water just behind the ship.
Starship has landed.
An incredible view. I think it is safe to say we have a ship in the water.
Touchdown!
That is a live ocean surface. What an incredible end to Starship's journey. A live view from a buoy that we had out at the landing zone.
An incredible view of ship landing just about on target as they were calling out.
That was amazing. And we were not intending to recover any of the ship's hardware, so that was the best ending that we could have hoped for.
Man, I don't think we're going to be able to get a ton of extra video of the heat shield, but we hit the target. Yeah. I mean, we hit the target because we had these buoys placed in a pretty specific spot. So, wow. What a day. feel like that's all. That's what I get to say right there. I mean, everything started off today with that launch. We were able to lift off towards the end of our window, 7:25 a.m. Central Time. 33 out of 33 Raptors in the way uphill. Successful hot stage. Booster came back. We watched it come down right behind us. Watched it get caught. And that broke my brain for a while. I'm really happy we had coast for a bit, but that's first ever booster catch, major step in the way to rapid reusability. And ship just gave us one heck of a show, making it through a controlled reentry this time, flaps intact, made it down to the water. Hey, starships were meant to fly, and it sure as hell flew today. So let's get ready for the next one. Over to you guys.
They were meant to fly, and they were also meant to be caught by Mechazilla.
Yeah.
It's been such an incredible day today. Congratulations to our teammates and to everyone who supported the Starship program. And thank you to all of our future customers for your support. And we'll also like to thank the people of Cameron County, Texas, as well as the Coast Guard, the Federal Aviation Administration, the Government of Mexico, and the Australian Space Agency.
Now be sure to follow SpaceX on X for more updates on today's test flight and, of course, for future Starship news. Today was amazing, but the SpaceX action isn't over yet. Soon, Falcon Heavy will launch NASA's Europa Clipper, and we're also going to be returning Dragon back to Earth with NASA's Crew 8 astronauts. So congratulations again to the SpaceX team. What an amazing launch and an even cooler catch. Thank you for watching, but we're going to leave you with an awesome recap of what has been the most epic day.
There it is, a recap. Wow. Unfreaking real. Awesome, folks. This was awesome. SpaceX is shutting down their stream, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to our other stream here and see what these folks are doing here.
Forking over millions of dollars for us to play with this stuff. Like we never, when we started this, even thought that we could afford most of the cameras that we have.
Oh, they're just going over their financials as far as that goes. So this is the folks over there on
out there. We bought like little cameras and we're like, I don't know, this is good enough. Let's see
NASA
if they work.
space
right?
flight.
And the cameras that you see on the screen.
As far as they have a group of I don't know what's coming in. Why this isn't coming in? Let's see what we got here. Oh, we don't want that.
My, how far we've come. And also, SpaceX, how did they make that look so easy?
They have a massive following as far as...
The trailer is a welding trailer. We picked up an old welding trailer for a couple $100. It was rusted all the heck. It needed tons of work. We had to grind a bunch of stuff off of it. We didn't go out and buy like, oh, here's a pre-built trailer with a crank-up mast for $10,000. We literally bought, I think it was like $250.
A very exciting morning.
And we bought this welding trailer, and we built it into a solar-powered camera trailer ourselves.
And it just...
Days and days and weeks and weeks of work out.
And there's Starship Flight 5. Let's see, can I do something here? let's go ahead and do this. We can do another campaign. Let's do. I'm gonna get another. I'll get a second campaign in here. Of course, I got coffee here. Again, this is going to be a read campaign for Rumble, who sponsors us broadcasters by doing this. And what I have here, let's go ahead and bring this up. I got this product. I've actually tried this product. This is a great product, folks. You can see I kept the bag. This is great coffee. Do you enjoy free speech that Rumble is protecting and fighting for? Our show on Rumble is only possible thanks to the viewer support of Rumble platform by purchasing Rumble. And this is a Rumble product. It's called 1775 Coffee Company. And I bought this, and we're planning on buying some more. Hopefully I get this for a Christmas present, because it is a little expensive, but it's worth the price. Most of you drink coffee every day. I do. And that's why you have to try Rumble 1775 coffee, which I have. This is it. The missus loves this coffee. Let's see, where am I at? It's actually some of the best coffee, and it's the same price as a coffee you buy, but it's way better. Rumble 1775 coffee is free from chemicals, yet rich in flavor, and I can attest to that. This is a great product here. Let me look that. See that? Yeah, you can see that. There's the bag. And you can see the Rumble name is right down here. Rumble. This is because their beans are sourced from high altitude farms in Bolivia, handpicked, roasted weekly at the facility in Miami, Florida, and delivered fresh to your doorstep. And that's how it came, very quickly. As a believer in freedom, buy from Rumble helps fight back against woke corporations like Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, which I guess if that's how you feel. Okay. Join the coffee revolution and brew rebellion with Rumble 1775 coffee. Go to right there, www.1775coffee.com. Use the code STUDIO and get a free month supply of their boosting supplement limitless. I guess they have a supplement. I'll have to check that out. When you buy 2 bags of their coffee, think about that. It's a crazy deal, and the supplement is worth more than two of these bags right here. Go to 1775coffee.com and try their amazing coffee. And you promo code STUDIO, STUDIO. You get 15% off. Helps. It's a little, like I said, it's a tad pricey. But again, I want to say thank you to Rumble for allowing me to be to do that. I want to say thank you to you viewers. You're enabling me to do this as far as on the Rumble platform, Rumble Studios here with this campaign ad campaign read process that Rumble has for us viewers. And I have to be up in the 25 range. So this is probably the one time for an event like this that I'm able to do this. So I want to say thank you to Rumble. But most importantly, thank you for the viewers on Rumble. We're sitting at 45 total, 40 folks on Rumble. Outstanding. 3 folks on Twitch. Over there on X Live, we have 34 people that are viewing as far as that goes. So you guys all contributed to a very successful platform broadcast here on Rumble. And again, try 1775 coffee. I tell you firsthand, it's great. It's almost better than Death Wish. Okay, and they're both good coffees. Believe me. This, but the 1775 ranks very highly with. So again, thank you, Rumble, and thank you, folks that are watching right now. So we completed that. So that's always fun to do. We got 2 ads in. I appreciate that, giving me the opportunity to do that. And we have another follow from Twitch. And Aussie Joanne subscribed. Oh, Joanne, thank you. Aussie Joanne, she just did a subscription. Oh, I messed up on. Oh, I wonder how that's going to come out. I was talking over them on the tape. Oh my God. Okay, we'll see if they accept that. But I didn't realize I had my. Oh no, I had that down. Did I have that down? Let's see. Yeah, I had that. Yeah, I had that. Okay, I'm just turning the volume up. They're still talking, as far as on the broadcast here. They're just the folks here on. But thank you, Joanna.
First, I think we
Aussie
found the
Joanna.
information about these sensors that the
Get another
students put
subscription. I
together
want to say
and
thank you very
deployed
much.
around at
I saw
multiple
the
sites around
notification
Starbase. Now, the
on the
students are going to
subscription,
get the
so
information
greatly
from this and
appreciate
report
that.
back to us.
And
But let's see if we
that's
can
where
hear from
Starship,
the students real quick.
the Starship.
Hi everyone, I'm Tanvi. I'm a senior from
Falcon,
Hebron High School, and I'll be
Falcon
working with Dr.
landed,
Holly this year
as far as that
to collect
goes.
data from Starbase's
And
Flight 5 for the second Star.
Okay. And you're there you are. Okay, I see you. There you are. Thank you very much, Joanne. I appreciate the continued subscription. We've been on for over 2 hours monitoring the flight of Starship 5 with the successful capture and landing of Falcon Heavy. The Starship 5 landed over in your part of the world there in the Indian Ocean, probably out on the western side of Australia in the Indian Ocean there, Joanna. So we just saw that landing and stuff like that. So I've been on for, I'm ecstatic. This is this mission right here, a great success for SpaceX and for the continuation of space travel, which I truly love. I just I don't know. It just so glad to have you here as far as on the Twitch side and viewing. And let's see, they have anything else going on here? Let's see. Let's see what else we have on the YouTube here. Let's see if there's anything. Okay, they're talking about the cameras and stuff like that on NFF as far as that goes. So let's see. But that's it for now, folks. I guess I will be right back. Okay, Ozzy, I'm just going to be finishing up here as far as that goes for the broadcast and such. That let's see what we got here. We got 35. Let's see. Do we have anybody over on Kick? Let's see. Shows it on live. Right back. Okay. We have Aussie Joanna. She's one of my regular viewers here when she comes in from Australia. And then we had, what else did we have? We had Vicky Paradise, who came in from Florida, who followed and subscribed me. I want to say thank you again, Vicky. Greatly appreciated. We had Big Juice, Steve, coming in from Ohio this morning. And Thamer coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And also down in Florida, we had Smoking Schizo, who was here. So he's a broadcaster here. He's a brother Air Force veteran and fellow broadcaster and friend. Thank you, your Schizo, Smoking Schizo. And also the viewers that are still hanging out here on Rumble as we're winding down on the broadcast here. A lot of excitement here. I'm just overwhelmed. I was not expecting this. That's my take on this mission. This is strict. This is simply historic from a space adventure, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. It just this is the Falcon Heavy with the Starship on top of it. That's the most powerful rocket that's on this Earth, and to be able to have it launch, and they retrieved more than half of it. Okay, at least 2/3 of it with the capture and landing on the mega arms. I think the Godzilla arms. That's what's its nickname, the Godzilla arms. So that's simply amazing. Big Jew, Steve, there goes the ticket out of here, Rich. Oh, that's from before. Let's get back to here. It just simply, I thought I had some comments and stuff. This has been an interesting broadcast. The standpoint of just getting started, listening to it, the bouncing around back and forth. But this is what I love about broadcasting: be able to share this type of moment. This is the public access as far as the viewers there, and this is the support from all you folks that do watch. It really means a lot, and it just contributes to the fun of live streaming as far as that goes. Because before believe I grew up in the '60s, we didn't have this. This stuff right here was rocket science stuff, this broadcasting and stuff. So to be able to watch and enjoy something that is historic and share it with you folks as far as it goes. You could, and on the other platform, like the space.com platform, there was like 1 million views on that, stuff like that. But you guys can be here, so it's greatly appreciated. I can't say that enough. It's overwhelming. It is overwhelming, not just what happened today, but the viewership on this particular broadcast. This has been my since I started on Rumble, and actually since I started on Rumble, this has been the for Rumble Studios. This has been the best broadcast right here. Even though it's a little wonky, and maybe that's what you viewers are looking at. Somebody that has a just personal view. And I do, again, I can't say it enough. I do appreciate it. But I have another broadcast I got to get to here in 30, 40 minutes and stuff. So I'm going to wrap this up and exit stage left. Let's get some. Let's go out with this outro music that I use for my fantasy, the football broadcast that I do on Wednesday. Okay, folks, we're going to be out of here, and I hope you all enjoyed the broadcast. I want to again thank you for the views there from Rumble. We're ending out with 20. What is that? 20. Well, total of 30. 25 from Rumble, 1 from Locals, 1 from YouTube, 3 from Twitch. We had a number of folks over there on Facebook, and as well as 34 people from X Live. And you can follow me over there on X at Fireman Rich. At Fireman Rich on X, that's my mainstay. I'm on a host of other platforms. Just check the descriptions, or else just Google at Fireman Rich and you see where I'm at. So, folks, you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. And live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Let's go it one more time, folks. Bye.